Hi friends, in the previous video I showed how to create a primary ledger. In this video I am going to show how to get access to the primary ledger and how to enter journals in Oracle GL. To do so, let us check our primary ledger which we created. Here type manage primary ledger. As you can see, we created TVS primary ledger in the previous video. I'm going to show the same here. See, TVS primary ledger. It is in the status of confirm. So in order to get access to this ledger and in order to enter journals, directly we cannot enter the journals and we cannot get access directly to this primary ledger. In order to get the access to this primary ledger, we have to assign certain GL rules to the users to get the full privileges to access GL functionality. To do so, what we will do is that we will go to security console and we will add certain roles, that is 5 roles, GL roles to the users. Click on navigator, click on tools, click on security console. Here click on users. What is our username? Here is our user. Click on it. Since this user is an implementation user which will not have access to the GL means general primary this primary ledger as well as to the journals. In order to get access to the primary ledger and journals, what we have to do is we have to add certain rules. For that, we have to click on edit, add roles. How many roles? 5 rows. I will show you. These are the 5 roles which we are going to attach to our user. That is general ledger, and general accounting manager, chief financial officer, controller, financial analyst. These are the 5 roles which we are going to assign to our user in order to get access to the full privileges of GL functionality. So let us assign these roles in the application. General accountant, general accounting manager, Chief Financial Officer. Chief Financial Officer. And Controller. Financial Analyst. Click on Done. As you can see, here we have added 5 roles. That is General Accountant, General Accounting Manager, Chief Financial Officer, Controller, and Financial Analyst. What we will do is that we will save this, save and close. Click on Done. We'll go to home page. See here, this tab has been appeared here in this springboard. That is General Accounting Dashboard, Journals, Period Close. But we cannot access this until unless we have to assign data access to the user. So you are clicking on it, Period Close. So we cannot open this. So in order to open this option, what we have to do is we have to assign the data access to the user. To do so, click on this menu, Setup and Maintenance. Manage implementation project. Click here, Manage Data Access for Users. So here what we have done is that after creating primary ledger, we assign GL roles to the user. What GL roles we assign? We assign these 5 GL roles. So the next step is manage data access for users. Manage manage data access for user. Click on it. Go to task. What is the data access? Data access is the primary ledger. Data access is the primary ledger, which we are going to assign to these roles so that the user Samsung, the user, this user Samsung has been assigned these roles. And again, we have to assign data access to this user, to these roles, so that this user Samsung can access primary ledger and enter journals in the GL. So it is nothing but manage data access is primary ledger. Here, give the username. Username is Samsung. Manage data access for users. Click on go to task. Here, click on create. Here, add the username. Our username is Samsung. For the role general accountant, we will assign primary ledger, our primary ledger. General accountant. Security context. Data access set. What is the data access set? That is the primary ledger what we have created. So we have to select here our ledger. Our ledger is TVS. Search. TVS primary ledger. Select this. And for the remaining 4 roles also, we have to assign this primary ledger. Click on add row. Again, click here. Select Samsung. General accounting manager. General accounting manager. Data access set. previous primary lecture. And again add row. Samsung. Role Chief Financial Officer. Data access. Here again previous primary lecture. Controller. Financial analyst. Financial analyst. Click on save and close. Click on done. So after assigning data access to the roles, what we have to do is we have to run a LDAP program. Run LDAP. Here from navigator, Click on schedule process, tools, schedule process. Click on schedule new process. Retrieve the test LDAP changes. Run this request. Retrieve latest LDAP changes. Click on it. OK. What does this request do is that it synchronizes users' roles and role grants with definitions in LDAP. It means it will create a link between the user and roles and the primary ledger. It synchronizes users and roles. Click on OK. Submit. And wait for this request to be run successful. It take times maybe a minute or two. Sometimes it may take 5 minutes. As we can see that the request what we have run, that is retrieve latest LDAP changes has been completed, and you can see the status has succeeded. Once this is done, what we have to do is that after running this LDAP, that is this request retrieve latest LDAP changes. Once we are running this request, and after completion of this, request, what we have to do is that after we have to look whether it has been completed and succeeded. Once it is done, what we have to do is we have to log in and log out in order to get access to this primary ledger, and we have to open the period for the GL, and we can enter the journal for the period. What we will do is we will log out and log in. Now what we will do is that we will go and open the GL period. To do so, click on General Accounting, Period Close. See here, General Ledger never open, receivables never open, projects never open, payables never open. What we have to do is that in order to enter the transactions into the GL, what we have to do is we have to open the period. So before going and opening the period, let us check. Go once again to the General Accounting tab. We will click on Journals. Here, click on Task, Create Journal. Click on Create Journal. Here, you will not get any default, like ledger is not chosen and category is not chosen, accounting period is not chosen. Why it is so? Why? Because we never opened the period. So once we are opening the period, you can see here the accounting period comes automatically, and it will take the ledger and it will take the category as well, in currency also. So let us go and open the general ledger period. So we will open the GL period. Click on general ledger. Here, first period is our first period is July 23. It is asking open first period. Click on OK. This action will open the first period in the ledger. Do you want to continue? Yes, I want to open the first period of GL in order to enter the transactions, in order to enter the journals. See, the request is done. Your process has been submitted. So we have to wait for some time. If you want, you can refresh this page. You see, here it has shown, it is showing as July to 23, period number 1. And here the status is open. And this period, it is future enterable period. In the ledger option, we have seen that one period is the future enterable period. We have entered there. So that's why it is showing August. So here you can see this July is open period. Now what we will do is that we will go and we will enter one journal and we will post that journal. To do so, click on done. And what we will do is we will go to the home page. Under the general accounting tab, we will click on journals. And from the task, click on task, click on create journal. See here, previously we didn't open the GL period, so it was showing blank. This accounting period was blank, ledger was blank, accounting date was blank, currency was blank. Now, once we open the period, it is taking automatically this accounting period, the ledger, the accounting date. So what we will do is we will enter one journal. If you want to give the name of the batch, which is optional. Uh, so we will give the journal name JE1. We will select one category, any category like adjustment, and we will enter one journal. This is the account. Click on. Cash account. enter the amount. For this, we have to enter the credit. This is the debit. And for the credit, we will select the other account. Paid in capital, we will select. Okay. For this, we'll enter the amount. Now we have entered one journal by entering cash account to paid in capital. What we will do is that we can save it. If you want, you can save it. If you want, you can post it. What we will do is that we will save. So our journal has been saved. If you want, you can post, but I will show you how to post as well. If you want to complete and create another, if you want to create another journal, you click on this button. If you want to save and close. On save and create another, save and close. So here you can see the task manage journals. What we have created, the journal will be shown. Founding period July 23, search. So this is the journal what we have created, JE1. It is an unposted journal. If you want to post the journal, click here and click on post batch. Click on done. And again go to the task. Click on manage journals. Click on search. See, the status is posted. Before it was unposted, we have selected this journal and we clicked on post batch. That's all for this today's video. In the next video, I will be coming up with more and more topics. Thank you for watching.